Jamie, I'm so excited. We have here with us Savannah Martin, Executive Director of the Bella Vita Network, and of course then Christina Rodriguez, Executive Director of the Mom's House, and we're talking about a joint venture.
A very exciting joint venture, and I'm just so excited. And my understanding is this joint venture started about 3.5 years ago with the two of you having some tacos together.
Absolutely.
So Savannah, would you tell us how that all kind of started on that taco day?
Yeah, well, the Bible talks about the power of sharing a meal, and that's exactly what happened with Christina and I. Bella Vita Network houses the outreaches of the Pregnancy Center, Soul Purpose, and the Haven. The Pregnancy Center has had a long time partnership with Mom's House. And so Christina and I were getting together. We had started a partnership where we could refer women while they were still pregnant onto their waiting list, and just checking in to see how that partnership was going. And as we were kind of talking about our frustrations and our challenges, all of a sudden this idea emerged. Just awesome.
Well, that is wonderful. I'm excited to really, dive into the joint venture part. But maybe, if people aren't really familiar with each of your organizations, share a little bit about each one.
Yeah, sure. So I'll talk a little bit about Mom's House. Our program is, we believe at Mom's House that a choice for life is not a choice for poverty. And so our goal is to help break cycles of poverty and at-risk behaviors. And so we are doing that through some very intensive programming. We help young, low-income single mothers through their education, which is a critical spoke of breaking the cycle of poverty. Just one element of that, and we do that through parent education classes, tutoring, counseling, legal services, mentoring, and most importantly, we have an early childhood education program for their children. So when they're in school, their children are being educated and developed in all the areas of development, and ensuring that them as a family, that they're stable, and then we send them right back out into our community to give back to us.
That's wonderful. And Savannah, so yours is called Mom's House, so it's after they're already kind of moms, but you're kind of working with women that are prior to being moms.
Yeah, they're moms, but they're carrying their babies in their wombs and their bellies instead of in their arms yet. And so Bella Vita Network, a lot of people, especially your viewers, are familiar and supportive and have been praying for the Pregnancy Center, which just celebrated 40 years this year.
Congratulations.
Bravo, bravo.
And when we developed 2 additional outreaches, Soul Purpose and the Haven, we knew that we couldn't just call it the Pregnancy Center anymore. And so last year we rolled out Bella Vita, which is our foundational network that houses Soul Purpose, the Pregnancy Center, and the Haven. Soul Purpose, we work with college campuses all across the country. We have 9 Soul Purpose chapters.
Oh, wow.
All of them started school this week. And if they have college students or grandkids that are in college, everybody's kind of going, yeah, we know it's that week. And so
well, hearing that, thank you for squeezing us in today.
Right, absolutely.
All of them starting today.
Yeah, all 9 of them starting today.
Wow.
So our goal there is to raise college-age women up in their value, worth, identity in Christ. So that not only will they not walk through the doors of an abortion facility, they don't have to walk through the doors of a pregnancy center. We have our pregnancy center for men and women who are experiencing a pregnancy that maybe they didn't plan on. And our goal there is to help them choose life and to choose it abundantly, that John 10:10 promise. And then the Haven is our after abortion care outreach for both men and women who have made an abortion decision. We know that God's love is not negotiable on our failures, and our ability to be able to help these men and women reconcile back to Christ and receive his love and his forgiveness despite their past abortion. So that's what's going on at Bella Vita.
Well,
Love it.
There's a lot going on, and now you're adding even more to it by doing this joint venture together.
Yep.
And so if you guys want to dive in and share with our audience the exciting news.
Yeah, absolutely. So for, again, us and our outreach of the Pregnancy Center, we know how critical it is for those women who are seeing those 2 lines on a pregnancy test to be able to visualize a great future for her and her children. And for our moms that are at any level of education, knowing that they have a safe place where those kids can be taken care of and learn and grow while mom is finishing her education is critical. That's why we've had a long time partnership with Mom's House. And so the vision that Christina and I had, that dream that was birthed over tacos 3 years ago was, what if we would co-labor collaborate together and pull together resources for a building that would house Mom's House's second location. So they're keeping their original location down by Mercy. You can see the beautiful picture. It's going to have Mom's House's second location on the first floor. Beautiful, state-of-the-art, amazing childcare facility with an incredible team that knows how to get in and break those cycles of poverty. On the second floor, our Bella Vita offices are moving in. Over at the Pregnancy Center, we know that we're in a brand new landscape when it comes to the challenges with abortion. And so we're beefing up our medical services, additional ultrasound room, telehealth services, and a few other exciting things.
Well, that's an answer to prayer.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
awesome.
So getting out of the Pregnancy Center's way, letting them grow and expand. And then Christina will share with you guys, there's a really exciting thing that's going to happen on the second floor of this new building.
So the Pregnancy Center is one of the reasons our waiting lists just continue to grow. A good thing for Mom's House is that our families are staying in the program for a good 4 years. And a lot of times that seems like a long time, but it's not. It takes them that long to get to the place that they're at. And so it's a work in progress to change and break those cycles in their life, and education is one of the components that can help them to do that, to get off of the welfare system and to continue to sustain their family. But we're helping these young families. It's a 2-generation program. As we help the moms through the heart work, we're this new space that we're in, our waiting list is averaged at 50 for 3 years, 50 families.
Wow.
So that's over 100 because we do have several that have more than one child. And so it became a healthy crisis for us. We know our services are needed and they're working. But in this new space, we're going to be able to wipe that list out and have 2 locations now. And we're super excited about the upstairs part that we call the together space. That's the space that, if you break that word down phonetically in the dictionary, is to get her. Our goal is to get her to her dreams, to her motherhood, to home ownership, to a stable mental health. You name it, we're doing it there. We're bringing in over 21 other agencies to help us to do that because it takes a village. And we know we can't do all of it, but we can organize people to help us do it together. So that space upstairs is really cool and exciting that we're going to be able to partner with other agencies here in our city.
Well, it sounds like you guys had some big dreams.
We did.
Or this dream grew. And so, where in the process are you? Are you still, fundraising?
That's a great question. We have seen God show up. So one of the things that Christina and I said from the beginning is we want this project to tell our community the story of God's faithfulness and that He deeply loves and cares for women that are making that courageous decision to carry and parent their children. And He has shown up in such a beautiful way. To date, we've actually raised a little over $11 million, which for these 2 organizations, we could not have even imagined that 3 years ago. So He truly is the God that does far more immeasurably than we could ever think or imagine. We are at, we can see the finish line in our eyesight. So our goal was $12.1 million. So we have just a little bit left. And so we're nearing that. And then we just started construction about a month ago. And so we have a beautiful construction site that's going on. This location is right next door to the Pregnancy Center on Westwood Avenue. So you can see all the fun backhoes. Every day I show up, it's like Christmas because there's a new piece of heavy machinery. There's new cement trucks. And so we are excited that Lori's Place is not just a dream anymore. It's becoming a reality.
And this was video that was just taken this morning.
Yeah. This is today's
So
footage.
this is really happening.
right now.
It's happening right now.
Yes.
So, Christina, why was this address? This will be the second address for Mom's House, but when you guys were sitting around saying, you were running into the problem of not being able to find land or a space or a building, and I'll let you take the story from there.
You know, we, for many years, my board of directors and I talked about growth. What could that look like? So we waited and we wanted to see a consistent, we wanted to see our waiting list at a consistent number to ensure that it wasn't just like a 1-year thing, and that but we also have been asked by other cities in Ohio to bring a mom's house there. But we wanted to grow here in our own home, on our soil, so we can make Toledo a better community. And so we're so excited that we're able to even be a part of, you know, a partnership with Savannah. And when we needed land, we wanted something close to the University of Toledo, because we have a lot of University of Toledo students, on a bus line. Those were our only requirements.
And that's what she was sharing with me while we were having this lunch. Like,
tacos.
We've been trying to find this land or a building close to the University of Toledo on a bus line, which I know that we have this property, which from our organization, like, we've been asking God since we've owned this property for, oh my gosh, over 15 years. You know, God, what do you have for us? So she's saying this, it's still not clicking with me yet. And then she kind of moved on to something else, and I stopped her and I said, Christina, Pregnancy Center has land right next door. We own it. It's a mile away from the University of Toledo. It's on a bus line. And she and I just kind of like looked at each other like, whoa, like, I think something is happening here.
That was the moment that the dream really started. And so, and we're both dreamers, and we have these big visions for our community that we believe that can be great. And so we were like, let's talk to our boards. Let's see, you know.
Surely they're going to tell us this is
we
not
thought
possible.
that they would put the kibosh on it, you know, like they're going to be like, you guys are dreaming way too big.
Too much.
And so we both went to our boards, and unanimously, they both said, this is it right here. This is it.
Well, this sounds like this big venture has become quite the adventure.
Absolutely.
As you guys have said. And so we just have a little bit of time left. How do you want to encourage people to, get involved, find out more about you guys?
Yeah. So like I shared, we are in the home stretch of fundraising. And so if people, I love the scripture that talks about giving according to what God has purposed in our heart. I know that I've heard things like this, and like my heart has leapt inside of me. And so if people are listening and their hearts are like, this is it, this is my thing, we would love for them to be a part of that. They can visit our website, rattlethestarstoledo.org, and there's tons of information on there. And I think, just know that in any area that you're believing God to do the impossible, like Christine and I, with all of our faith that we've seen this through this project, just want to encourage people, like, God truly can do the impossible. It's what he loves to do.
Well, it certainly takes a Christian community.
Yes.
And we thank the Lord for the Christian community coming together to see this come to fruition. Just to see that video of the footers going in. And,
so exciting.
When do they anticipate actually having a dedication ceremony? I know you've had the groundbreaking, but do you have a projection?
Well, Savannah and I have our plan, but the builders, we would love to, late spring, we would love to see our ribbon cutting in late spring of 25.
We'll be looking forward to that. Well, when that happens, maybe shortly after that, will you come and visit us again?
Absolutely, we would love to.
We'll show some more exciting video of people actually utilizing.
Yes, we would love that.
What a pleasure and honor to have you both here.
Thank you.
And may God continue to bless this venture together.
Thank you.